That's right. You heard it here, folks. You heard it here. I've created an automated ATM machine that pumps out $500 a month. Actually, how much did I say in my thumbnail? I don't know. The point is I created a digital ATM that pumps out money and I can just grab it and put it in my pockets. So the first thing I'm gonna do is I'm gonna show you my FTMO account so you can see that I've actually won an account and made money on it. So as you can see right here, I have two accounts, $30,000. Each one of them is passed. Another one is ongoing and is actually in the negative a little bit. So, but this one right here, I've actually hit my split day. So I'm actually going to withdraw $40 or whatever my split's gonna be. It's not that much. I'm actually gonna leave it in though. So this is the first time doing this and I'm gonna show you the process. So you can go ahead and withdraw however much you wanna withdraw, max $40 because they take their 20% cut. Actually, this is interesting right here. The refund, I did not know, or at least I forgot that they were gonna do this. They're gonna refund me the amount I paid for the FTMO challenges. So I am going to choose get new FTMO challenge instead of the fee refund. I'm gonna leave my $40 in the account and it's gonna roll over into the next month. So because it's such a small amount, what am I gonna do with 40 bucks? Okay, so it looks like it also gives you an option to get an FTMO challenge from your profits as well. So they obviously want you to buy more FTMO challenges. I'm not gonna do that. First of all, I can't because my profits are only $40 and their challenges start at like 150 or whatever. So it looks like the new FTMO challenges it's going to give me are these 3 challenges right here for $10,000, which will equate to apparently how much I spent initially to win my $30,000. So that makes sense. I'm just going to confirm that I don't want to withdraw anything. And I will be getting 3 new funded challenges of $10,000 each that I will be able to have the opportunity to win. Okay, so that's it. They're not going to be sending me a check. So I think that if they were going to send me a check, I'd have to probably enter more information. So you might go, well, how do you create an ATM? Do you have to go and buy a bunch of metal and like forge it and create a box and put money into it and then take the money out? No, this is a day trading ATM and it's automated, okay? As much as it can be anyway. Basically, you're going to be using a bot to trade for you. You're going to get a funded account to trade on. And so it's using other people's money to trade. And that's why it's basically free money in a way. So I just wanted to show you that I actually do have an FTMO account, that I won some money on it, and that I just did my withdraw. But what I want to show you now is kind of the system, the way I went about actually winning these challenges, because I'm not actually a good trader yet. I know how to trade. I've spent months learning how to trade, do day trading and use all the different apps and stuff, but I'm not good enough that I'm actually making money on my own. So you might go, well, so how did you win these FTMO challenge accounts if you're not that good? Well, I'll show you right now the way I did it. This setup, this system that I'm using is not super easy. You still have to learn basics of trading and stuff, but it's relatively easy in that you don't necessarily have to be really good at trading to actually make money, as I've shown you here, that I've made some money trading on my FTMO accounts and that I actually won accounts. There's going to be some cost to this because you're going to need to, first of all, pay for FTMO challenges. And then there's a couple other apps that you're going to need to pay for. So it's not free and it's not the easiest thing. But my whole goal with this whole setup is to basically create an ATM, a digital ATM of sorts that pumps money out automatically, or as automatic as I can make it, so I don't have to spend all this time actually trading, sitting on the computer and trading for, you know, however long hours at a time. This type of trading you could call algorithmic trading, algo trading, automatic trading, bot trading, however you want to call it. But that's not the only thing I'm doing here. I'm not just using bots. I'm trying to create a whole system where everything is automated. So where everywhere from buying a funded account to winning the funded account to trading the funded account afterward, everything is automated as much as possible. So theoretically, I could just press a button and it wins an account for me and then it trades the account afterward. So like I said, there's going to be some cost. You're going to have to get the FTMO account challenges, which are going to be anywhere from like $150, $160 up to over $1,000, depending on what size you're trying to win. Also, there's different challenges. So I'm just talking about FTMO in particular and other apps that are like the most popular for this video, but you can also always swap them out for like different funded challenges and different VPS services, and obviously the funded account, as well as social trader tools or other trade copying services. And so you'll probably be ending up spending around $100 a month to do this. Although initially you don't necessarily have to spend that much a month. There are going to be other costs at the beginning. You're going to have to probably buy a bot for MetaTrader. So that might be a couple $100, a few $100. So basically the first thing you're going to want to do is get MetaTrader and learn how to use it. There's MetaTrader 4 and 5. The reason I suggest potentially getting 4 is because at least the bot I set it up for MetaTrader 4. It's a MetaTrader 4 bot. It might have a MetaTrader 5 version. I'm not sure. But either way, they're both basically the same. MetaTrader 5 you can use crypto on. If you don't know how to use these platforms, learn how to use them. Now again, there are bots for other platforms that you could use as well. So you're gonna want to pick and choose whatever platform and whatever bots combination that you're gonna want to use. But for me, I found a bot that works really well, and it's a MetaTrader bot. So that's why I'm using MetaTrader and this bot. And in the future, I will, add more bots as I go along, and I may be using other platforms. MetaTrader is, I think, the most popular Forex trading platform, or at least one of the top platforms. But you're going to want to learn how to use it. Okay, this video isn't like an in-depth how to use all these different apps and systems. It's just telling you an overview of what I'm doing. The other thing you're going to want to do is get some VPS hosting. That's virtual private server. As compared to a virtual private network. The server is basically going to be a cloud computer where you can install MetaTrader on, and it will always be on and running. And so it's going to be a lot more reliable than if you install MetaTrader on your, PC at home or your Mac at home, because there's always the chance that there's going to be a power outage, you're going to turn your computer off, MetaTrader's going to crash or something like that, and then your trades are going to stop, or you might miss out on a trade or whatnot. So if you put it on a VPS, then it's going to be much more reliable. Now, this is a cost. It's probably going to be something like $30, I think, is what I'm spending on mine a month. You don't have to do this initially because initially you want to start with a demo account so that you can see how well your bot does. So you don't necessarily need this at the beginning, but once you actually get your FTMO trading account, or you have like a cash account that you're trading on, then you're going to want to put it on a VPS. So you could start using that from the get-go, or you can do it later. But either way, I just wanted to show you. I'm using Accu web hosting, which seems to be a really good one. That's super popular. It's maybe one of the most popular ones around, but there are a lot of other ones. So the next thing you're going to want to do is get a broker account, and FTMO is a broker that you can use. Basically, you want to get a demo account at the beginning, especially if you don't know how to trade. You're going to want to learn how to trade on a demo account so that you don't lose actual money. And so you can actually get a FTMO demo account, and you can try the FTMO challenge on the demo so that you can see if you can win it or not. But really what you want to do is get something like OspreyFX. There are other brokers that you can use. This one I think is really good. It doesn't have a lot of limitations, so it works well with bots. It works well with other systems that I'm doing. So, but there are other ones, like I said. I'm not necessarily recommending any of these apps, by the way. I suggest you try them, try other ones, and see which ones work best for you. This is just the system I'm doing. So what I'm doing is I have my FTMO challenge accounts, but then I also use OspreyFX for my cash account. And what I'm doing is once I win FTMO challenges and then actually make money on them, I'm actually going to be taking that money and putting it on my cash account, because I can set it up so that my bot trades have multipliers through another app, which I'll show you in a second. And then my cash account can potentially make more money because I'm multiplying the trades. Once you get your broker account and you have MT4 or MT5 and you know how to use everything, you're gonna want to buy a bot. And the one that I got is Agimat. There are other ones, of course. There's a bunch of bots. You can buy bots through MetaTrader itself. You can find ones online. Whatever you do, find a bot. This one looks like it works well. I've been monitoring it for months, and it's been making a good return. And there's a small drawdown. Usually it's like less than 1%, although sometimes it goes higher than that. So I'll tell you what I'm doing to deal with that later. But get a bot. It's probably going to be a couple $100, $300, something like that. I think that's how much this one was. And you throw it on to your MetaTrader, and you put it on the pairs that you want the bot to run on, and then you run it. And then you just monitor it to see how well it works over time, because you want to find out what the drawdown is. That's kind of the main thing, because FTMO has drawdown restrictions. And so when you're trading on your FTMO funded accounts, you can't go below 5% in a day or they'll close your account. So you want to find a bot that has a low drawdown. Either you want it to have a low drawdown, or you want to at least understand it so that you can manipulate the drawdown using social trader tools, which I'll show you in a second. So from the get-go, you want to get MetaTrader, you want to get a bot and put it on MetaTrader, you want it to run, you probably want to put it on something like AccuWeb Hosting, VPS, and you want to run it for a month, 2 months, 3 months, however long, to figure out how it works. You also, at some point, want to get an FTMO account, a demo account, and start learning how to use FTMO if you don't know already. So now the big thing, how to win an FTMO account without actually being good at trading. Well, you can do this by signal providers, which are people out there who put out signals of their trades as they trade, and then you can copy their trades. And again, by the way, make sure you check all laws and everything wherever you're at, and then all of the restrictions and rules that each of these platforms, such as MetaTrader or FTMO, have as far as using bots and trading and whatnot. Because I think some brokers, they have limitations on bots and whatnot. So you just want to read all the rules of all the apps and platforms you're using to make sure you're doing everything correctly, because they might just close your account or limit you, or it might just be illegal. So I'm not telling you what to do here again. I'm just telling you some of the things that I'm doing and figuring out. And you need to figure these things out wherever you're at, whatever country you're in, state you're in, whatever it is. So what I did was I found this guy Will on YouTube several months ago and checked out his trades. And it turns out seems to be really good at trading on gold as well as Forex. But specifically, I saw that he seemed to be doing good at gold. It's pretty cool. He's like really young and he seems to figure out how to trade gold really well. So I was like, okay, well, let me follow his trades and see if I can use them to trade and win a funded challenge. So I actually did that. Now, initially, I actually was doing this thing where I was like, okay, I'm going to buy like 7 to 10 FTMO challenge accounts, like the small ones, and then do this spray and pray type of thing where I was just going to do random trades on each one, hoping that I would win a couple. And that might be a way to actually do it, which is kind of, you could say, gaming the system. You're not actually showing that you can trade, but you're kind of, doing a numbers game. It'll cost a lot of money. It's risky, and maybe you'll win one, maybe you won't. But then I was like, okay, well, why don't I just follow someone that actually knows how to trade and is putting signals out, and then I'll have a much better chance of winning these accounts. And as it turns out, at the time that I used him to win my accounts, he was making some good trades, and I basically won all of my $10,000 accounts except for one. And so I got $60,000 total because I had 6 accounts that I won. And I split them up into 2 different accounts because I just want to play around with each one separately. So that's what I did. And so that's how I won my funded accounts without actually knowing how to trade, really. I mean, I do know how to trade, but I'm not good enough to win a majority of the time. So I followed other people, and that's how I won the accounts. So again, I don't suggest this guy specifically, although it seems like he does well. There's plenty of other people that are putting out signals that know how to trade well. Once you win your accounts, and you have to do it twice, so you have to win it and then prove that you won it by winning it again. So it's like a follow-up month. And then you put it on your MetaTrader. So you put your FTMO account on your MetaTrader, and then you apply the bot to it. The reason you ran your bot from the beginning to watch it is because FTMO and other funded accounts, they have limitations on the drawdown, the daily drawdown and total drawdown. So with FTMO, it's 5% a day. You can't go below 5% drawdown. So some of these bots, depending on what's going on in the market, this one, the one that I'm using, the Agimet bot, has gone as much as a little over 10% drawdown, I think, which is way too much. You want 5% max with the FTMO funded accounts. So what you do is you go to Social Trader Tools, and there are other trade copying services as well, but this is the one I use. And you create an account on here. You leave your bot running on another MetaTrader account, a demo account. So that's why I was using OspreyFX also, is I'm actually running my bot on OspreyFX broker on a demo account on there. And then I'm using Social Trader Tools, and I'm copying the trades from my OspreyFX broker account, which is a fake $60,000 account I have on there, copying them through Social Trader Tools to my FTMO account. And that way I can manipulate the multiplier. So I can manipulate how big the trades are, so I can stay under the 5% drawdown, daily drawdown. So you can see here on my Social Trader Tools, I have my source account, which is my $60,000 demo account, which is on OspreyFX. This is the account that my bot is attached to, and on MetaTrader 4. So that's the master account, and then Social Trader Tools will take that account and copy those trades to my other accounts. So these are my two $30,000 funded accounts, and then at the top is my cash account, which it's also trading to. So my multiplier for my cash account is like ×4, because I don't care about the drawdown as much on that one. I'm fine with it going up to even like 30% drawdown. I'm fine with the idea of having a heavier drawdown on that account and making maybe 15-20% a month on that one. So if I go over here to configurator trade copier, these are the actual copies that are being made. And so you can see my two funded accounts and then my cash account. And you can see over here that I have a 0.5 multiplier on my funded accounts and then a 4x multiplier on my cash account. So from my bot, I am multiplying those trades by 0.5 for my funded accounts so I can make sure I stay under the 5% drawdown. And with my cash account, I'm multiplying it by 4 so that I can make more money on it and have a bigger drawdown as a result. But I don't care because there's not a limit on that account as far as the drawdown goes. This isn't enough for this bot just to split the trades in half by 0.5 to keep it at a 5% drawdown or less. I also have to go into the settings and disable some symbols. So I have my bot trading on like 5 pairs, I think, and there's a couple that are the Japanese pairs. And those Japanese pairs tend to really go up and down too much, and that I realized is what was affecting my drawdown quite a bit. So I turned those pairs off. So it's not running on USD JPY, and it's not running on New Zealand JPY, my Social Trader Tools. So it's not copying those trades from my demo account to my funded accounts. And that, I've realized, it was a big part of why it was having such a heavy drawdown when I was testing all this out. So once I turned those off, now the Social Trader Tools is trading, or is copying, only 3 of the pairs, I think, versus 5, or maybe there's 7. I can't remember. Anyway, it's not trading the Japanese pairs, and it seems like now it is staying at around 1% drawdown max. You can actually see that here. You can see that my FTMO funded $30,000 account is at 99.12% equity, so not even a percent drawdown, versus the $60,000 demo account, which is at 97, so about 2% drawdown right now. So the point of all that is, again, you have to figure out what your bot does and how it works and what the drawdown is and why. And it took me a while, it took me a few months to figure all that out. And I realized, okay, if I turn off the Japanese pairs and if I keep it at about 0.5 multiplier, then it seems like my drawdown will only be around 1%. Now, it's only been a month now that I've actually figured all that out, and I'm testing it still as I move forward. But it seems like that's going to be good. I may be able to increase it a little bit, but I want to be safe, and I just want to leave it as it is. I don't really want to be manipulating it every time the market's going up or down a bunch. I want to just leave it at some set setting. And that was kind of the whole point of me trying to figure out all those details and how the bot worked and everything, is so I could just leave it and let it run and I don't have to worry very much. Now I still check it every day, but in the past when I was figuring all these details out, I was changing the settings multiple times. I had it up really high once, and that's actually why I had such a big drawdown and why I'm only now making money on it, is because it was actually in a negative. So you can see that one of the funded accounts is at a negative 454. That's because I was manipulating things and trying to figure things out, and I left the bot at default, and as a result it went negative. And actually both of my funded accounts got close to the 10% max drawdown. So I stopped it and I was like, okay, I got to figure things out. And eventually I figured out, okay, if I just do a 0.5 multiplier and all these other things, that I wouldn't have to worry about having a heavy drawdown. So I've had the funded accounts for several months already, but it's only now that I'm making any money on them, is because I was messing around with settings. So I finally figured them out. So that's about it. You have to learn MetaTrader 4 or 5. You have to, or another platform. You have to get a bot that works on that platform. You have to win an FTMO account or another funded challenge account. You have to get social trader tools and figure out what all the settings are to make sure you stay under your max drawdown for your funded account. But other than that, and then you have to, of course, before that, you have to win the FTMO challenge. So you have to find a signal provider that has good trades for you to do. But once you're able to do all that, you can have a funded account here that has a bot on it that's trading for you, so you don't have to do anything, and it's giving you free money essentially. My money is not in this funded account, it's other people's money. It's this company's money, FTMO, and it's giving me right now $40 for free. Now I'm still in the negative with these accounts because I've spent, you know, around $100 a month for several months on the hosting of my VPS, and then for social trader tools, and as well as the initial cost for the bot and the initial cost to buy the funded trading challenges. But as you can see, it can refund you on FTMO. It refunds you if you start making money on it. And so it'll take me a few months though to recoup those losses, but it looks like probably I'll be making around we'll say $250 on one of these $30,000 accounts, which is less than 1% a month. But that's not that great as far as day trading goes, but it's better than most people who try to day trade. It's like, I don't know what it is, but 10% or less of people who day trade actually make money. So with these accounts and with a bot, I'm actually within that like 10% or whatever it is. I'm actually making money and I'm not doing anything. So it's basically going to be around $500 with both my accounts once my other $30,000 account gets into the positive. And that's after expenses. That's after like my monthly expenses too. That's the overview of what I've done so far. This isn't an in-depth like how to do everything, how to optimize everything, how to learn how, you know, to trade. This is like, if you can figure out all these different apps and platforms and how to trade on your own, at least at a basic level, you don't have to be good at trading. You can use someone else's signals to win the funded accounts for you. And then you can set it all up with a bot so that it can trade for you, so that you don't have to trade manually with your limited trading skills. And you could potentially make some money here. Again, all this is pretty high risk. You're going to be spending money and you may not be able to recoup that money. Small percentage of traders actually make money. At least I'm at a point now where I could just let this run and potentially make $200-300 a month on each of my funded accounts. And I now also have, which I didn't remember or realize this before, I have another opportunity to win another three $10,000 accounts because it refunds me. So I should be able to add even some more funded accounts in the next couple months here. And so my goal moving forward here is, first of all, I want to win some more accounts, FTMO accounts, but also I want to figure out ways to automate this whole system even further. And one of the ways I want to do that is using multi-charts, which is another platform. So multi-charts is another trading platform like MetaTrader, and they have similar names, so it's going to be confusing. But multi-charts is more complicated, has more features, and is a lot more expensive. MetaTrader is free. Multi-charts costs like, I don't know, like $100 a month, something like that, 160. And then you also need to get spend some more, like another $60 to do to actually get the trading signals. And so it's like $200 a month, and I'm like, what the heck? But the cool thing about multi-charts is it's very good for algorithmic trading, so automated trading. I want to call them bots because it's just like basically some code, but I guess you could call them bots. I'll call them bots for ease of talking here. And basically I found another guy that puts out bots for multi-charts, and he codes them himself, and he seems to be also a really good trader. He shows the results of his trades, and the cool thing about this is once you put your algorithms into multi-charts, it will actually run the algorithms and test them, back test them, and show you the results. And these bots that this guy is putting out seem to be really good. He shows them himself that these are the bots that he actually uses, and he puts out a course that you can take to learn how to do algorithmic trading. So this guy's name is The Transparent Trader, and I recommend watching his videos if you want a secondary option to do automated trading using even more bots that seem to do quite well, anywhere from 70% win rate up to like 90% even. And his strategy is way different. So the other bot I was using, which is the Agimet bot that I have on MetaTrader, it trades like a bunch. It does like 20 trades in a day. Where the Transparent Trader, his name's Jared, I believe. So Jared does it a lot differently. He actually trades on the daily chart, I believe. And so he actually does, his trades are typically only something like once a month. So he might make one trade in 1 month for each of his strategies. And then he'll run like a bunch of strategies. So his 1 a month strategy, where it trades 1 time a month, you know, that's not a lot. But if you have like 10 of those, then you could have like 10 trades in a month. And if you have, you know, 20, you have like 20 trades in a month, and they have a really high win rate. So he does this approach where he does very few trades per strategy, but he runs a bunch of the strategies, and each of them have a really high win rate. So it's really interesting. It's really cool. I recommend checking him out. And this is another way that this is like the next phase of what I'm gonna try to do here. I'm gonna do MetaTrader with FTMO challenge accounts. But then what I also want to do is use multi-charts using some of the algorithms, the bots from the Transparent Trader here, as well as maybe other ones that people have created. And I'm gonna try to work on creating my own as well. So the problem is you cannot connect FTMO to multi-charts. Multi-charts does not support FTMO, or maybe it's the other way around. FTMO doesn't support multi-charts. Maybe it's both. You can only connect it to MetaTrader and CTrader. So what I have to do is figure out a way to run my algorithms on multi-charts and then copy them to MetaTrader so that MetaTrader can trade the FTMO funded challenges on there. So I have to figure out a way to bridge them. There apparently is a way, but I am not skilled enough to figure it out. I don't know coding well enough. I don't know how it works. So I'm trying to find people who can do that for me, or someone who could figure out a way to connect it and do it for me so that I can actually trade the Transparent Trader's algorithms on multi-charts, and they will trade to my funded accounts. So that'll be like the next thing I'm trying to do. This is a lot more complicated. Multi-charts, it took me a while to learn as well, but anyone can learn it. It just costs a lot of money. So if you have some money to spare, you could try to check it out and figure it out. But anyway, that's phase number 2. And let me know what you think about what I'm doing here. If you have any input, or, you know, maybe other bots that you've seen work really well, or different ways that you could win funded accounts. Let me know if you are someone that knows how to work multi-charts as well as MetaTrader, and if you know of a way to connect them so that if you make trades on multi-charts it makes a trade on MetaTrader, or if there's just another way to connect multi-charts to FTMO or other funded challenge accounts. Yeah, that was my overview on my ATM that is making money for free right now. It's not a lot. It's like 250 bucks. That's what it looks like it's going to be. But hey, it's that's like several of my bills. That's like 2 or 3 bills. I am going to take that money and reinvest it and continue trading with it. So I'm going to take that money that I win on the funded accounts, and I'm going to put it into my cash account, which potentially I think is going to be making about 15% a month. I'd love for you to check out my 30-day video challenge video, which I created yesterday. And basically I'm creating a video every day for 30 days and putting it up on the same day or the next day. But either way, you have to upload a video every day. So that's what I'm doing. That's why I'm creating this video partially. But it's a really interesting challenge. It's a challenge. It's hard. But check out this video, and I'll see you on the next video tomorrow. Bye.